Wow, Vincent, you look like a new man today.
Well, yes. I shaved for
What's
a change.
happened in the last couple of weeks?
Oh man, that feels like a year.
Does it?
So many things have happened. Well, the biggest thing, of course, was that I had a date.
That's the biggest thing.
Well, it was exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we went for dinner, and I kind of casually said, "Well, I'm going to have dinner anyway. Would you be interested in joining me?" And she said, "Well, yeah." And so we had a
Did she say it like that? Did she say, "Well, yeah"?
In a way, yeah. I mean, it was very casual. There was no expectation because I wasn't like, I'm going to ask you out on my first date. I was like, I literally said, I'm very busy right now, but I'm going for dinner tonight at this restaurant that I know is nice, and I would love to have dinner with somebody because I'm always eating by myself. Would you be interested in joining me? She said, sure. That's really what happened. And it was a really lovely dinner, and it was a local restaurant, nothing upscale, but a restaurant I've been many times and enjoyed. And it was really nice. We had a lot of things in common, and we set up another dinner.
And does she ride bikes as well as climb walls?
She does, yes. She cycles all over. She comes to the gym on a bike. And she has cycled forever. She, we haven't talked about cycling because I haven't had any time. And that was the other big thing when I speak about it feels like a year because we had a really stressful 2 weeks. We were really on target to get our samples out to the FDA. And then we had a problem, a hitch, and there was a contamination, and we were not clear where it came from. So again, we worked overtime. We worked way into the night, and it was luckily just a setting on one of the machines that we had overlooked, and we found it. We corrected it before we shipped it, and now it's off to testing. So we're basically out of the crunch right now. And then I set up a date for everyone to have a dinner. And, we're scheduled. We're scheduled to have a dinner at the Culinary Academy with our team.
Oh, how wonderful.
Yeah.
That's great.
And that's my second date, too.
Yes, that's your second date.
I said, I just organized a dinner with work. Are you interested in joining me? She said, sure, that'd be fun.
So I want to know how these two really important events fit into this big dream that you've described to me.
Well, the big dream started with meeting somebody, actually going out for dinner, and now she's going to go for dinner with my colleagues. It's going to be a fun event, holiday-like event. So yeah, that really is exciting. And
you're kind of exposing yourself too, because you're bringing somebody from outside work to meet your teammates. It's almost like meeting your family.
It is. Yeah, I haven't thought of it that way. I'm just so excited that but yeah, no, it is. Yeah, it is my family. I have worked that close with them, and I feel like the team is really my circuit family right now. I spend all my time with them. We work 80, 100-hour weeks.
Is that 80 to 100 hours over for a while at least?
Yeah, over at least the past.
Now that the drug is approved.
Yeah, we can sit back now. We're basically coasting out the year, and the main work is done. We can take some time off. We can have weekends off, and I'm planning a week off at the end of the month.
And did you get any feedback from Brad? about how your team had done and how you had done, since he is the one who appointed you to this team and gave you this opportunity.
Yes, he is. He was just as concerned as I was when we found the contamination, and he helped me as a mentor in going through steps that we had to go through. He was super happy when we corrected it, and we corrected it fairly quickly, but it was very scary for just a couple of days because that could jeopardize everything. So we worked with him. He spent time with me, and he was like a mentor, like how I want to be a supervisor myself. He really showed that he dropped everything he was doing. He had a business trip to Singapore scheduled. He canceled it. He didn't even ask questions. He said, "Okay, I gotta be here. I gotta be your backup. We gotta get through this and solve this." And so that was really, really great.
So you also got an image of what it might be like to be at a higher level and have some emergency, some crisis come up, and how you would handle it, because it sounds like you were very proud of how he handled it. You were very touched by how he handled it.
Yes, I mean, it was of course my responsibility, but to actually have him just cancel his whole business trip and just say, well, that's something we both need to fix, that really helped me not panic.
Yeah, that's good. There have been two kind of significant things in our work together that I want to be more planful about. So far, we've observed how you are, and you've made some different adjustments in how you are with your team. And you also have been aware of people around you, and in fact have discovered that there was somebody around you that you wanted to be with on a more consistent basis, or at all.
Yeah.
So now I want to look out, and I want to be more planful about these two tracks that we're on. So if we look out a year, perhaps, who do you want to be a year from now with your team? Or do you want to be in a different role in a year? And what do we need to think about in order for you to get there?
Yeah, so where will I be in a year? Almost work-wise seems easier to answer than relationship-wise.
So Brad is aware of your desire to be on the R&D side.
Yes, and that's how he hired me. And he said, "I know what you want to do, but this is what we need now."
Okay.
And he said, "We have a policy at the company that you spend 10% of your time on whatever project you want to do, and if that project becomes viable, we put a team on it."
Great.
So that's what I'm planning to do next.
Right.
Finish
now that
this,
the crisis is over.
Right. And relationship-wise, I would love being in a long-term relationship, and we're starting something now. We're going on our second date, and she's amazing. If she sticks with me, I would stick with her.
Well, amazing things happen in the beginning of relationships. It's the durability that I want to look at over a year's time. And we may not be working together in a year. What I think is fair to say about your dream is that you have opened yourself up to that possibility. And that's the important thing. So if this one works, that's really fabulous, first time out. And if it doesn't, you're open and ready. And that's really important. So what might you need to do to stay open? And I don't mean to be looking around while you're dating this person.
Well, I guess the same principles that I've been applying at work, which is being upfront about my expectations within the relationship.
Wow.
I mean, because I'm taking that from what worked at work, which was being clear about what I was expecting from my team. I think within a relationship that would be really helpful too.
And what do you think you need to warn her about? Remember when we were talking about expectations with your team?
Yeah.
We said that you needed to lay out the expectation that when you got angry or tired, that you might speak to them in a way that wasn't the way you wanted ordinarily to communicate with them. So if we look at that, and that's what you're using as an example, what should we take as a warning to this person?
Yeah, I don't know if that's a warning, but I guess my expectation is really that I want to have a family. And if that is something that she wouldn't want, then that would be really hard for me to continue in a relationship. That's really my dream.
Yeah, to be clear about that.
Yeah, and to be part of my family. And I don't know. I mean, it's so early in a relationship to even talk about that. We're just getting to know each other, and but that is my dream, and if that would fit in her dream, that would be great.
I'm going to make a suggestion about our next session, and that is that we go a little bit longer than we have between sessions. That we go a month or even 6 weeks. I'd like to see what starts cooking around this project that you now have time for. And I'd really like to see what happens in this introduction of this new woman to your team and how that might develop over the next month. Is that okay with you, Vincent, if we go for a month?
Yeah, that'd be great.
I'll see you in a month then.
I'll see you in a month.